The fifth episode of Autonomous Practice, 402 BC, Wei Wenhou. The most prominent feature of Wei Wenhou is the respect for the wise and the wise men. His targets of respect for the wise men are Confucian scholars. There are two things that can better reflect his style. One is to respect ancient Zizhi and Tian Zifang as his teacher. Second, every time he passed by Duanganma's residence, he would salute in the car, so wise men from all over the world depended on him. Bu Zixia's surname is Bu. He is a disciple of Confucius. Bu is a pictographic character. The person responsible for paying Bu is called Buren. His profession has been passed down from generation to generation, so Bu gradually becomes a surname. Zixia's son is a beautiful name for men, and is also the most common among men. Zizhi has quite a lot of roles in the Analects of Confucius. There is a famous passage in the Analects of Confucius, which is that Confucius classified the 10 best disciples into 4 subjects: virtue, integrity, and literature. Each subject also has representative figures. Zizhi is one of the 2 representatives of the literature, so literature refers to the knowledge of classics and rituals and music. Zizhi was 44 years younger than Confucius. In his later years, he taught in the Shihe area of Wei State, and had a high reputation. Judging from his surname, Tian Zifang was born in the Tian family of Qi. He went abroad to serve the Wei State. There was no dry wood here because he was a Yin family. As long as Wei Wenhou visited, he would hide away. If Wei Wenhou had time one day, he would go abroad. He even wanted to avoid him even after climbing over the wall, so he was rarely seen by the broken tree, so he could only salute to his residence in the car, and acted particularly respectfully. In addition to being respectful to the wise and humble, Wei Wenhou also had another very important characteristic, that is, he governed the country, and integrity is of course very important. So this is the most perfect character of Wei Wenhou. Wei Wenhou drank with his ministers and drank very happily, and suddenly it started raining outside. Wei Wenhou asked someone to prepare a carriage and take him to the suburbs, and then the officials around him advised him. Everyone was drinking happily today. You were having fun. It was raining outside again. Lord, where are you going? I made an appointment with the official who manages the mountains and forests to hunt today. How can I let others wait for me in vain? So I went to the agreed location in person and told the forest official that it was raining today, so let's make an appointment to hunt next time. If you have small trust and sincerity, you will have great trust and profit. Therefore, democracy is based on faith. Sima Guang believes in this theory in particular. In his opinion, you must do whatever you say in the court. He also said at that time that the court offered a reward to capture the thief. Who could catch the thief? Someone really caught the thief. The official did not give it but only gave a bounty. Sima Guang was very unhappy and brought out the principle of not being able to establish a trustworthy person and demanded that the court implement it. In Sima Guang's view, integrity is the more fundamental national interest because once credit is destroyed, the regime will become unstable. It is actually quite difficult to deal with when it comes to the operational level, in the face of various situations. In the legalist thinking, small things must be honest. Then he said that Wei Wenhou was sent an envoy to invite Wei State to help and attack Zhao State together, but Wei Wenhou refused to say that. The relationship between Wei and Zhao is different. The state of Wei was a brotherly country, and the Korean envoy left in anger. Zhao sent an envoy to invite Wei to fight South Korea. South Korea and our country were brothers, and Zhao's envoy left angrily. Later, the news went all out. Han and Zhao both knew Wei's attitude towards them, and were very convinced, so they regarded Wei Wenhou as their eldest brother. Wei State stood out among the 3 Jin dynasties, and became the world's #1 champion. Wei state stood out among the three Jin dynasties and became the world's #1 champion. Wei Wenhou's diplomatic scheming seemed very wise because of this. He did not inform Zhao about how he rejected South Korea's request, nor did he inform Korea about how he rejected Zhao. He patiently waited for the information to ferment and spread, waiting for the two countries of Korea and Zhao to discover themselves that all history is contemporary history. He patiently waited for the information to ferment and spread, waiting for the two countries of Korea and Zhao to discover themselves that all history is contemporary history. Wei Wenhou had been in power for 37 years when Zhao Ji and Han Qian took over. Yanran was an old man and two younger brothers, which was the political structure of the three Jins at that time. Menzies said that the time is not as good as the place, and the place is not as good as the people. Sima Guang portrays Wei Wenhou's image as a leader, and everything listed revolves around the power of harmony. This is to make Wei Wenhou's relationship strategy serve as a monarch in later generations. We also see that Wei Wenhou is respectful to the wise and the wise, with all kinds of restraint and disguises. We also want to see if Wei Wenhou relaxes his spirit, will he also reveal his true feelings like ordinary people? Once the leader's emotions are exposed, how should a qualified minister lead the monarch to the right path?